Hello everyone, and warm welcome to the Direction Live online webinar series by Esri Malaysia. My name is Nabila, and I am your host for today's session. So today's topic will be covering about the transitioning to ArcGIS Field Maps. So this topic is very interesting for those who involved in the fieldwork task, where this is one of our highlight application for mobile worker to use in their daily process. So before we get into the details of this topic, allow me to introduce our presenter for today's session. So today's presenter is my colleague Loh Kit Yang, and she will be assisted by Nur Farah Hanan. So they are both consultant in Enterprise Consulting Department, focusing on the Esri product and technology. So without any further ado, I shall pass this presentation to Kit. So over to you, Kit.
Okay, thanks Nabila for the introduction. So I'm PA, and today I will present about transitioning to field map together with my colleague, which is Hanan. So for minimize the internet connection, so I will off the webcam for now. So to understand field maps, you need to actually understand how Esri think about the apps view. Esri view apps to help you to actually to different aspect of your fieldwork better using location. So throughout the course of a normal day, mobile worker and their teams can use ArcGIS Field apps to do their work more efficiently by first planning the work that need to be done using geography to help balance the workload across the teams. Using optimized routing to navigate to your job site across public and private group network. And next is understanding where your assets are once you get to a job site by browsing and searching on an intelligent dynamic map. By capturing the result of the job via digital form, photo, videos, and new high accuracy GIS data, by sharing their location in real time to enable on-the-fly coordination of unplanned work that comes up throughout the day. And by monitoring the progress of mobile work in real time as jobs are completed to save time when planning in the next day or the next week work. So currently, Esri have 5 distinct apps that help our mobile users to do their work more efficiently. Starting on the left with Workforce. Workforce help you plan and assign tasks to mobile worker. Navigator provide turn-by-turn voice-guided direction to your mobile fleet, even while offline. Field Maps is the newest apps, and it combines the functionality of Explorer, Collector, and Tracker, which are our legacy apps that used to provide the understanding, capture, and track capability. This is a good time to mention Explorer, Collector, and Tracker will be deprecated at the beginning of last year. So I'm glad you are here with us learning what you need to do to migrate away from them. As you can see, we are working on simplifying our view app suite, and Esri have gone from 7 apps down to 5, and in the future, Esri will incorporate Workforce and Navigator into Field Maps as well. Field Map will be the primary apps for your mobile worker, and you can pair it with the specialized data collection apps. So Survey 123, ArcGIS, or ArcGIS Quick Capture if needed. And I also want to call out other apps that complement the view story really well, which we see user using dashboard to actually visualize their field work and worker location at all the time. We also see a lot of value in real-time processing, capability of velocity, the narrative communication possibility with story map, and the community source data collection opportunity through Hub. So some of you might be wondering why Esri built another few apps. So it was really in response to our customer demand. So Esri hear from our customer that user don't like bouncing from apps to apps, that get lost in those workflow, they forget which app they are supposed to use for their different tasks. They also don't like signing in to multiple apps. So as customers have told Esri that it's difficult to manage multiple apps on their network. For the larger organization, they have to get apps approved for use that times consuming and annoying process that user don't want to go through 7 times for each of the different apps. So Esri listens and Esri build field maps, and they are consolidating the majority of their field apps into field maps. As apps are integrated into field maps, they will start to go away, simplifying the overall field operation story. This change will also allow us to actually deliver new features faster. Instead of needing to build support for new capability like indoor positioning system or utility network support into multiple different apps, Esri only need to focus on field maps, and is allowing them to actually increase their team velocity. So as we discussed, Collector and Explorer and Tracker has been merged into field maps with full feature parity. So Esri have achieved parity in December 2020. So Esri have provide a year deprecation plot for Collector, Explorer, and Tracker, and there will be retired on iOS and Android at the end of December 2021. What does that mean for you? It means that the apps will still be in the App Store for you to download if you really need them. They will no longer be supported and they will be no longer receive update. All of Esri future work will be on field maps. So some of you might be wondering about the Windows version of Collector and Explorer. Esri don't have plan for any new feature to be added to those Windows-based app yet, and they do not have a retirement date or as of this time. So if you are using them now, so you can continue to use them. And as we mentioned, we will also bring the capability of workforce and navigator into field maps as well. We plan to begin work Esri plan to begin work on the workforce integration soon. So that was about the backstory and the context. So now let's take a quick look at what field maps is and what it can help your mobile worker do. So field map is the foundational apps where your mobile worker need to enable those efficiency benefit that we discussed earlier. It's allow you to allow your mobile worker to actually perform inspection with smartphone and view past inspection on your asset. It collect new data, new GIS data like point, line, and polygon, and can pair with partner hardware to enable extremely high accuracy data capture. Your mobile worker can also edit existing GIS data from the field if they need to make correction. Field maps can also do all of these things online and offline, because as we know, your mobile worker often work in area without network connectivity. If they have a data connection, field maps can share your mobile worker last known location back to ArcGIS for use in dashboard or web map, but this of course with their permission. And regardless of data connection, worker location history can be recorded, which is allowing you to your crew to know which area have already been covered and which haven't. So next, I would like to share with you those are the capability and the user type requirement. So if you have mobile worker, then you can do this is all the tasks that you can do. And if you have creator, you can actually create maps and apps and also edit the existing data and as well as use a few maps. Whereas for editor, there will be a little bit of the capability that can be done. So this how we as those collector, explorer, and tracker will be already deprecated in December retired on December 2021. So now we are actually urge our customer to actually migrate to field maps. So you now those maps that are available to you for use in collector, actually aside from those that were downloaded or copied directly onto a device, right? Actually, those maps will automatically appear in Field Maps. And if you already have base maps stored on a device for use in Collector and Explorer, you can do the following step, like what will be shown by my colleague Hanan later. Then then to make them available in Field Maps. So next, without further ado, I will pass to Hanan to actually show you how's the migration look like. Over to you, Hanan.
So if you already have a base map stored on a device for use in Collector, you'll need to do the following steps to make them available in the Field Maps. So in this example, I'm using an Android phone, and first I will need to find the base map that I want to use in the Field Maps. So I'll use the file browsing app on the device to browse through the Collector base map folder in the internal storage. So that folder is located under the Android data from the Esri.collector files base map folder. So here I have a tab package that I was referencing as a base map in Collector. So now I'm going to copy the file and copy it to the Field Map base map folder. So that folder I'm going to back out here, Android data from the Esri.fieldmaps files base map folder. Now that I've copied the base map over, the next time I open the Field Maps apps on this device, I'll be able to access the base map same way that I did in the Collector. So if you already have a map package stored on a device for use in Explorer, the process is similar to what I demonstrated for Collector just now. I switched to an iPhone for this example, and here you can see that I have the Redlands Hydrants map downloaded in the Explorer. However, it's not available in the Field Maps, even though it is on the same device. So I'm going to use the So to access the downloaded map in the Field Maps without downloading a second copy, I need to find the maps that I want to use in the Field Maps. So I'll use the File Apps to browse to the Explorer MMPKS folder. The folder is located at the Explorer User MMPKS folder. So next, I'm going to copy the MMPK files to the Field Maps map package folder. That folder I'm going to back out here. It's located under the Maps User Map Packages folder. So now I'll copy the map package over, and when I open the Field Maps and refresh the maps list, I have access to the same downloaded MMPK that I was previously using in the Explorer without having to download it again on this device. So this process is the same for the base map in Explorer, except you'll be using the base map folders instead of the map package folders. So I'll pass to Kate.
Okay, thank you, Hanan. So after you do migrating, right? So some of you might wonder, is there a difference user experience between Field Maps and Explorer? So we can share with you that it's actually no. As you can see in this video, so in my at my left hand side is Explorer, and at my right hand side is Field Maps. So as you can see, the user interface both are the same. And the way they display the map is also the same. So there is nothing different between no different between the user experience between our Explorer and as well as Field Maps. So and when you go into one of the map, then you load the feature, all are the same. And the button and as well as the functionality is also available in Field Map. So those are functionality and the capability that are available in Explorer, also available in Field Map as well. And the way that you looking at the map, all are the same. So and also by viewing the attribution, all are also the same. So there is no no worry if you migrate to Field Maps and you don't know how to actually on off those functionality and big worry about if those functionality is not available in Field Maps. So this is not question. So next, I would like to show also, this is for Explorer. How about Collector? And as you can see, Collector, so okay, same thing. At my left hand side is Collector, and at my right hand side is Field Maps. So as you can see, the user experience, when you go to open your Field Maps and Collector, the interface are the same. So this is Collector and this is Field Maps. So the user interface are the same, and same thing when you the download base map is also the same, and when you go in to view the picture in the map, then is also the same, and as well as you can see, the functionality are also the same. So just that because in Field Maps they combine also Explorer, so you can see the markup here lah. So this is something extra lah if you go into Field Maps. And when you see when you actually compare with Collector. So the same thing, the way how you add data, how you actually update data, the way are also the same. So it's actually not a worry like if you migrate to Field Map and then not sure how to actually work with Field Maps, because like the user experience, how you work with Collector is the same as what you work with Field Maps. So that is about Field Maps and Explorer. So what about Tracker? So so just like ArcGIS Tracker, Field Map also allow you to actually record where mobile workers are and where they have been. So the main difference in Field Maps is how mobile workers interact with tracking capability in the mobile apps. Mobile workers turn location sharing, tracking on and off in Field Map using the toggle button on the My Track Map card, which is this one, which is this button. So mobile worker can turn on, turn off, can toggle on off by using this button. Yeah. So if this card is actually appear if mobile worker have the location sharing license, and when mobile workers start tracking, they choose a specific tracking they can choose a specific tracking duration, and mobile worker can also turn location tracking on and off using the GPS banner on any maps. And this is the new feature that included with ArcGIS Field Maps. So next, I would like to introduce about what's new in Field Maps feature for June 2022 release. So the first thing we like to share is the Geofencing. So Field Maps now support adding geofence to your map so that mobile user can be warned when they are entering dangerous or restricted area. Provide critical information when approaching a building. Track only when on company property or more. Geofencing is powered by the new ArcGIS GeoTrigger capability. GeoTrigger monitor user-defined condition on a mobile device in real time that result in action on a mobile application. The action are local to mobile device. Geofence can be added to any web maps using the Field Maps web app, while the maps is open in the Field Maps mobile apps. Action will be triggered as the device enter or exit geofence. Geofence work in the foreground or background of the device, and as well as offline or online. So next, my colleague Hanan will show you how the geofencing work in Field Maps. Over to you, Hanan.
Geofencing is powered by the new ArcGIS GeoTriggers capability, lets you monitor your ArcGIS data in real time and receive notifications when you enter or leave an area. So Field Maps also support two types of geofencing actions, location alerts and location sharing. Location alerts display location-based notification when a mobile workers enter or exit a designated area. Location sharing Location sharing starts or stops recording a user's location when they enter or exit the boundaries of a configured geofence. Geofence are created using the Field Maps web app. So you can simply open a map with the web app and select the Geofences tab. So the page will open and you will have the option to create a new geofence at the bottom. Geofence work in the foreground or background of your device and can be used while working online or offline. So I'll pass to Kit.
Okay. Next thing we will talk about utility network. So utility network provide comprehensive framework of functionality for the modeling of utility systems such as electric, gas, water, and stormwater and wastewater. It is designed to model all of the components that make up your system, such as wire, pipe, valve, zone, device, and circuit, and also allow you to actually build real-world behavior into the network feature your model. So after you prepare, publish, and share a utility network using ArcGIS Pro, you can actually open and use it in the Field Maps mobile apps. And the capability of the utility network include viewing association within the network, including connectivity, structural attachment, and containment. Tracing a network to return results based on the spatial layout and representation of equipment within the utility network. Next, my colleague Anand will show you how the utility network works in Field Maps.
Utility network is a comprehensive framework for modeling utility system and all the components that make up a system, such as wires, pipes, and circuits. With utility network, you can create and edit features that model utility equipment, discover how objects in the network are connected, and trace how resources flow through the network, and much more. After you prepare a utility network in ArcGIS Pro, you can deploy it to the Field Maps mobile apps, which allow you to visualize network components in a variety of different ways. So for example, Field Maps support association in the utility network, which allow you to view network connections in the form of structural attachment, connectivity, and containment. Field Maps now also support tracing in the utility network, which allow us to see where and how resources flow through the system. Okay.
Okay, thanks, Hanan, for the demo. So next, we would like to talk about indoor positioning. So ArcGIS Field Map work great indoor and as well as outdoor. Last year, Esri added support for floor-aware maps created and published using ArcGIS Pro or configured in ArcGIS Online. So now Esri have integrated ArcGIS IPS with Field Maps to provide accurate geolocation so mobile user can actually locate themselves indoor. So if you open a map in the Field Maps mobile app that's configured for IPS, which is Indoor Positioning System, Field Maps will automatically detect IPS beacon within a building and use them to generate your location in the apps. You will know when you have an IPS location fixed as the panel above the map will display IPS accuracy instead of GPS accuracy. Tapping on the panel will provide additional IPS detail like the position quality, number of transmitter, source type, and flow. Field Map automatically determine the best location source to use, IPS or the device integrated GPS. If you move to different floor in the building, the map automatically update to display the floor on. So next, to understand more, my colleague will show you the demo.
An indoor positioning system allows you to locate yourself and others inside a building in real time. So when you load a map with indoor data and IPS is set up, the location display will automatically use IPS instead of GPS to generate your location when you move between floors. Field Maps will automatically adjust the floor pickers to show data for the appropriate floor that you currently located.
Okay, so this is the last thing that we'd like to share for the update. So the May 2022 release of Field Maps introduced support for contingent value. Contingent value are commonly used to model natural classification such as tree, plant, wildlife, or material classification for assets like pole and pipe, and can dramatically improve the efficiency and accuracy of form data captured in ArcGIS Field Maps. And with the June update, contingent value are supported offline. Also, Esri have dramatically improved the form authoring experience to better support field group. So next, my colleague also will show you how the contingent value work in field maps.
Contingent values are data design features that allow you to make values in one field dependent on values in another field. So fields that are contingent to one another are called field groups. Contingent values are created in ArcGIS Pro and they are added to the forms and field maps via the Field Maps web app. In the web app, contingent field groups will appear in the field group list next to the form canvas at the right side. When a field group is added to the form, its contingent fields are contained in a group element, so mobile workers can fill the fields out sequentially in the Field Maps mobile app. When you select and fill out the field with contingent values in mobile app, the list of valid options is automatically populated and listed under the recommended section. Options that aren't valid will appear in the other drop-down menu at the bottom of the recommended section. So I'll pause to Kate.
So that's all from us. So I will pass back to our host for today, which is Nabila. Over to you, Nabila.
Okay, so let me see one of the questions that we have here. Okay. The question asks, can I use Map Viewer Classic when editing a map configured with a Field Maps web application? So I think Kit can answer the question.
Yeah.
Over to you, Kit.
So if you are using ArcGIS Online or ArcGIS Enterprise 10.9, 10.0 at 10.9.1 or later to configure the map within the Field Maps web app, you can use either Map Viewer Classic or the new Map Viewer when editing the map. And if you are using ArcGIS Enterprise 10.8.1 or 10.9 to configure the map with the Field Maps web app, you must use Map Viewer when editing the map. If you use Map Viewer Classic to edit the map, the change you make in the Field Maps web apps will be lost. So I hope I answer your question. Thanks.
Right. I hope Kit has give the right answer for that. Okay, so we have the next question coming in. Can I open Field Maps from emails, websites, or apps? I think can mobile workers open the Field Maps from emails, websites, or apps? So over to you, Kit.
Okay, so thank you. So the answer is yes. So when you use Field Maps link in your app's website or email, your user can open Field Maps. You can also specify a particular portal that should be used or map that should open, and as well as the location the map should center on or a feature to search for. And if you want to start capturing an asset or observation, right, specify the layer you want to add a feature to, any attribute you want to set, the value to assign to each of the attribute, and also whether there is an application to return to when the capture is completed. So this is how you actually configure for Field Maps to open from email, website, or apps. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Kit. This one interesting question coming in. Can you embed survey 123 directly inside the Field Map, or we can only use the URL parameter? What do you think about this, Kit?
Let me come back to you for this. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we can come back to you for the answer. And I think the last question coming from Mr. Zubaidi. So is there any company in Malaysia is using utility network?
As I know, there's one from Australia, there's Energy Queensland. They're actually using our utility network. And if you would like to know more, you can share with you. There will be a sharing our webinar conference on September 6th. Yeah, if you would like to know more, we can share the information with you. Yeah. So Energy Queensland was the Esri Australia utility network user. And there's more lah.
Okay. Thank you, Kim. So, if you would like to know more on the utility network, please feel free to reach us to know more about the utility network. We have expertise that are expertise inside focusing on the utility network. I think that's all the time that we have for today. And if we have not answered your question, we will surely reach out to you with the response. And thank you everyone for joining us, and we will see you for the next Direction Live online webinar series. Thank you.